боится нас.
And today I'm finally able to bring you guys some World War III content. I'd had the privilege to be a part of the whole early access, which is what this is footage of, since around Phase 2, I believe, which is a bit more than a month ago. It's whenever they started letting people in for their private valuation version. And I was really excited about this, being when I first saw the like trailers for it, or the little bit of gameplay that they showed, I was like, wow, this looks like an absolutely amazing game by a company that's smaller or a little less known. You know, it looks like a AAA game. It looks a lot like Battlefield. It looks like a lot of some of your other big ones. And from the minute I started playing it, even though initially a lot of the features that you'll see in this footage weren't implemented, like there was no customization, there was only the one map, a lot of things weren't in it. But it still felt really good. It felt really polished. And as much as I hate to say this, it felt better than some of the other ones. It felt better than the Battlefield 5 beta. It felt better than a lot of current games out. Looks it runs well, it's optimized, and with each continuous wave of testing, they've listened to community feedback, they've done their own tests, and they add more features while fixing issues and just making the game better as a whole. I'd say one of the coolest experiences I had with all this is in literally, I think, my first game in it. The head dev of the company was in our game, and I made some comment that was asking some question, and he responded, and I was like, oh, are you like a dev or something? And he was like, yeah, I'm the head developer for this game in Farm 51. Holy shit. So for me, that's such a cool experience, because I literally can't name any other game where, while the community is testing it, you have the developers there with you, listening to whatever you're saying in chat, watching, and playing the game alongside you, so that they know exactly, okay, what needs to be fixed, this, that, the other thing. It was just so unique, it felt personal, it was an awesome experience. And I've been playing this for so long, I've so badly wanted to show content of it, but we've been under NDA, non-disclosure agreement, since the beginning, so no screenshots, no reviews, nothing, except for the only time we were allowed to use photos or videos of our gameplay was in the official forums that were for us, so we could give feedback, bug reports, all that kind of stuff. So I've been I've been unable to show anything, which sucked, because this is an absolutely amazing game. And today I kind of just wanted to get into that. It's by the time this video uploads, which is Friday the 19th of October, it'll be available on Steam to the entirety of the public. Just disclaimer, it is being released as early access. All of the footage in here is from this final wave of testing where the NDA was lifted, and this is still considered pre-alpha, I believe? Beta, pre-alpha? I was told pre-alpha initially. But the way I could best describe this game is if you were to take Battlefield 3, Arma 3, and Escape from Tarkov, and they had a weird child. It's got the performance and sort of gameplay feel and mechanics of Battlefield, but the customization and in-depthness of Tarkov, with a few other mechanics, mostly vehicle-oriented, feeling more like something you'd get out of Arma. Because for vehicle warfare, which you'll see later in this video, instead of like most where it kind of simulates a screen or you have a specific viewpoint, in here you have, depending on the vehicle, it alters, there's different camera angles, some being like directly above the turret, next to it, so like commander's viewpoint, gunner, etc. But it's an actual screen, so your visibility, while it's good, it's not necessarily always the greatest at distance, especially depending on weather effects or whatnot. And you can actually shoot those out and completely blind the vehicle, which makes it absolute hell to operate. Like, you're pretty much just screwed at that point. But then there's still that sort of third-person view, but I don't know, it just feels like Arma, especially when you start getting into, you know, the customization of vehicles, where you can add different turrets, like, which is more of a cosmetic thing of the style of it being various models, but the different ammo types, the different, you know, coaxial, your like secondary gunner, their thing. You can have anything from a machine gun up to, you know, rocket launchers, you know, anti-tank. You can add different types of armoring. You can completely customize the color of it. You can add what type of active protection, which is if you have it on your vehicle, which is what will allow you to deflect, you know, RPG shots or, you know, other incoming explosives. And you have your smoke things, and the smoke is wonderful. It's not like Battlefield where it deploys this little like vape cloud of smoke. No, it launches an entire just wall of smoke. It's wonderful. Sadly, some of the vehicles I had didn't have it equipped. The test before this one, we had like everything unlocked, but if this one is more like how the real game will be, where after each thing you get X amount of money, X amount of supplies, and you have to unlock everything, obviously. Which isn't really an issue, being most of the starter weapons, personally, are kind of the ones I use anyways throughout most of the thing, because I like my AKs, etc. You know, they're good guns. It's not, in this one, there's not so much there's one gun that's better than the other, or one OP gun. They all depend, you know, all assault rifles kind of feel the same, ergonomics are a little different, fire rate's a little different, all that kind of stuff, just based on what it is. But, you know, you can customize it to your liking, different attachments, all that sort of stuff. And so you can take the very first gun you get out of this game and make it into an absolute powerhouse, you know, just a beast of a gun, you know. You put the right sight for your play style. You add a laser grip, bipod grip with the laser add light. You can add canted iron sights, canted red dots. Compensators, you can customize everything from like the type of rail, the stock, the grip. Some guns you can kind of customize the receiver or rail system a little bit. It's really in-depth, plus the beauty of it is all the, I don't know how it'll be in the real game, but currently all the camos are completely free. But so you can customize starter gun and make it a workhorse that you'll use for the entirety of, hell, probably the entirety of your play in this. Like, it'll be your primary, because aside from cosmetic-wise, it's amazing. Personally, I use the AK and then the Switch is the HK, but they call it like G something. I just like it because the AK's got your damage and kind of range, whereas with this, it's got fire rate, because a lot of engagements based off of my play style are close up, so I kind of like that faster fire rate with the trade-off of less range and damage, which that's me personally. But it's amazing, and the thing that I love about this game is you're not capped at 30-round mags. You can sit there, put 10s, 20s, so you can make it more of a DMR. You can sit there through 30, 20. You can bring it up to 50, which is what I use. I like having my drum mags. For a lot of them, you can go up to 60 even. There's nothing past 60. Another really cool feature about this is you can add a secondary ammo type, so like FMJ, AP, HP, you know, Full Metal Jacket, Hollow Point, Armor Piercer, all that. And it's not like you have a whole new set of ammo. It'll only give you about 1.5, maybe 2 mags of it. But it adds such a level of gameplay to this where, you know, you're in a firefight or you're somewhere and you see someone way down there, but you know, okay, I can't really hit this. Or you see someone, okay, he's a heavy soldier. You load in your ammo, okay, now you can take him down. With that being said, that's another thing about this that's cool. It's not just like other games where you have set 100 health or a different system for health. With this, you have different levels of armor plating. They actually added legitimate armor and bullet penetration into this, so you'll have your chest plate and then your helmet. And you can select between different levels of, you know, like a polymer, not quite a polymer, but a different material, and then there's ceramic and steel. Steel being the most resistant, but obviously the heaviest, so that'll kind of impact your speed, weight, all that sort of, you know, your maneuverability. So with that being said, you can have a really tanky soldier that's hard to take down, or you can have one with like minimalist armor, very fast, which for something probably like if you're going more of like a sniper recon sort of role, it's amazing. Obviously, if you're going for more like anti-tank or heavy weapons, you're gonna want that additive protection. So for me, that's a cool feature. No game, a lot of games have talked about it, but none have actually gotten it right. And when I first heard that they were doing this, I wasn't so much skeptical, but I was inquisitive, because I was like, okay, this is a huge feat to try to pull off. Will they actually accomplish this? And everything that you see in their initial videos, they did. They pulled it off. They did it amazingly. Every standard, everything they said they were going to deliver, they have delivered on. Personally, I'm taking this game over Battlefield. I'm taking it over COD. This is my go-to game of 2018. I stand for it. I vouch it. I've been able to play through it when there was like minimal features, you know, bugs, all kind of things. But every time they update it, it's fixed. This company really cares about this game. They really care about the community. They care about the community input. That's wonderful. Everything feels so good. They took a modern game but made it feel legitimately modern and real. They took like aspects from a lot of our favorite games and they made it better. They pulled it off. Granted, certain things do still feel clunky to me, kind of like the running. Since day one, I even expressed it to them, but I don't like the fact that kind of like when you sprint, it like zooms out in a way. They said they're probably going to keep that. We'll see. But they said for now there's no way to disable it or do it, but that's my biggest thing. But other than that, it feels real. It feels good. Granted, there's not as much like level of destruction as I like you get like with Battlefield. But if they implement it in the future, they might. We'll see. But even without it, it's good. Most being the setting is World War III. All of the environments are relatively dynamic. They're already war-torn. They're blown out, bombed to hell. So it offers an interesting style of gameplay, with the main goal being capping, you know, like linked objectives. And granted, the games are a little long because it goes up to 5,000 points, which isn't bad. It's not too long. It's not too short. It's a nice middle area. But I really like it. And the wonderful thing about the customized setup is there's not set roles, so if you really wanted to, like I have the one thing I've got an SMG and then a backup sniper, an assault rifle with a pistol, an LMG with an RPG, you can set it up however you want. If you really want to run 2 different ARs, you can. If you want to run 2 sniper rifles, you can. SMGs, you can. You can, fuck if I'm correct, you can probably run 2 LMGs if you're that crazy. You can pretty much change about everything. There's total of 6 loadout slots you can do, so you can, the customization is endless. Even with your own character, you can do, you know, different vests, chest piece, legs, gloves, helmet, everything. You can customize it, the camo patterns, you can make it different. You can have your legs one, chest another, actual vest another. The level of customization is phenomenal, and it looks amazing. It gives you that personal touch that a lot of games don't, which is what I love about this. I know a lot of people, other bigger YouTubers, have expressed that they're not necessarily a huge fan of the quote-unquote score streak or, you know, kill streak system that they have. But for me, I think it's essential, and I love it personally, because it's not like other games where it gives you a defining edge over the opponent. And it's not based off of kills, it's based off of war points, as it's called, which is accumulated for kills, capping objectives, defending objectives, resupplying teammates, healing them. Just about like every sort of thing you do, it's it gives points for. But it'll be things like UAV, airstrike, artillery, calling a quad by calling an APC, a tank. Oh, there's different variations of each, but that's the essentials of it. As you'll see currently, there's a couple of UAVs flying over that'll highlight where enemies are. But it's not one of these things that lingers forever. It's brief. You kind of really have to like check your map to see it. It gives you that sort of like edge, but for a moment. And it's not like any of them are unattainable. If you just play the game normally, you play it, you're gonna get it. So no one's, you know, there's no Moab that you have to be a god of the game to get. They, you know, they're all relatively real-world things that make sense for the setting that this game is in. And I think they really make the gameplay better what it is. Like, it doesn't overcomplicate it, it doesn't give you a fast edge over anyone, it fits nicely. Other than that, the team play of this game, at least from the people that are in it currently, is great. You know, your team really focuses. It does definitely put a heavy emphasis on squad leader, you know, giving your squad orders. Take this objective, defend this, here's a vehicle, here's a player. So the team-based gameplay is definitely a huge factor of this, as to making sure that you're playing as a team and not just lone wolfing it. Vehicles feel good, weapons feel good. The whole game feels better than AAA games, and I can't believe I'm saying that's crazy. But for sure, if this style of FPS is what you like to play, I support this game 100%. Get it. It'll be worth it. Another cool feature is there's sort of like a season system to this, being it's World War III and there's war zones. At the end of every round you get supplies which you can use to supply it in your favor, where there will be in-map sort of perks, almost like better health, more ammo, these sort of things. So, I hope you enjoyed this. Tactical Bacon out. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and there'll be more World War III videos down the tube.